Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audio cast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide Anindya Banerjee. आज एक contrasting move in the financial markets. Contrasting because the dollar index है that is trading weaker, but the USDINR and the offshore, after a very long time, is diverging away from the US dollar index and it's trading higher. 82, 81, 82 के आसपास है spot levels. This is going to be interesting. Now let's look at कौन सी factors है which has created this kind of a divergent trend आज एशिया में. Now Friday, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chief, उनका जो speech था, his speech basically highlighted that the market is right, that the Fed is going to pause for now. Whether it's going to be the final pause or not, that he did not mention, but the market thinks कि ये Fed का final pause है and इसके बाद the next move is going to be lower rates. वो कब होगा वहाँ पे debate है, whether it's going to be July, it's going to be year end. That's what the debate is. Fed is saying that the cuts will happen only next year, nothing this year, but the markets are saying it will be happening this year itself. तो इसके कारण वी हैड सीन अ डाउनटिक इन द डॉलर इंडेक्स. उसके साथ जो यूएस डेट सीलिंग का नेगोशिएशन है दैट इज गोइंग नोवेयर. द लेटेस्ट अपडेट शोज दैट there is still a wide gap between the Republicans and the Democrats. A G7 ka meeting has just ended, and so US President is expected to be back in his den, and negotiations may start from today. The market will keep a close eye because as per the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, 1st June is the drop dead date, which means अगर 1st June तक debt ceiling raise नहीं होता है, the likelihood of US not able to service its debt will increase dramatically, or in other words, the dreaded word default may occur. Now that is as per Janet Yellen, but some private estimates have suggested that in worst come worst situation, they will be able to push it further down the road. And there is also a talk of, the 14th Amendment being invoked by the President under emergency powers and unilaterally hiking the debt ceiling. We had shared one article about it. It was from Live Mint on our Telegram channel over the weekend. So just have a look at it. So basically it means that. Now, we'll be, of course, keeping an eye on the debt ceiling negotiations. It will have an impact. Now, let's come to why is Indian rupee not following, or USDINR not following what is happening to the dollar index. Now, Friday, RBI issued a circular by which the 2000 rupee notes is going to be removed from circulation, not with immediate effect, but it will happen over a span of 4 months, and people will get the time to deposit it back to the banks and exchange it. Now, जिसके कारण it is being anticipated that there can be a bump up in the liquidity in the banking system. It is not as big as it was during the demonetization drive in 2016, but it will nevertheless lead to some bump up in liquidity possible. There are reports there's been a lot of purchases of high value items, gold, silver, and so all those things are there. So it can also lead to a bump up in economic activity because consumption can increase. But this liquidity bump up जो है उसके कारण क्या हो सकता है कि जो money market rates है in Europe में that can fall further, and that can make the forward premium, जो USDINR trades at a premium to its spot, that forward premium is already, especially at the near end, it's already trading at decadal lows. मतलब जो अगर 1 month का देखे 8 पैसे के आसपास है. Now that these levels were last seen during 2010-11 जब the spot was much lower. It was around 44 levels. So you can understand कि on percentage terms it's possibly at record low levels where the forward premium is. So if it goes down further, now what it does is, we have been highlighting this for some time. In fact, last week jab se we started to go long on USDINR, we were saying that forward premium, the low forward premium can be one reason why the rupee can depreciate. तो अगर लो फॉरवर्ड प्रीमियम विच इज बेसिकली अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट रेट डिफरेंशियल, तो इंटरेस्ट रेट अगर यहाँ पे मनी मार्केट रेट्स फॉल करता है तो इट कैन एक्सर्ट डाउनवर्ड प्रेशर. सो जिसके कारण इट डिसइंसेंटिवाइजेस सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर्स, स्पेशली फ्रॉम द एक्सपोर्टर्स एंड फ्रॉम द कैरी ट्रेडर्स. सो कैरी ट्रेड का जो एक सप्लाई रहता है सिंथेटिकली बिकॉज दे कम एंड सेल इन द फॉरवर्ड्स और द फ्यूचर्स, वो leverage bait is going to reduce dramatically. and any global risk can filter through into the market by way of a spot depreciation, because if somebody wants to short the rupee, he has to pay 6 to 7 paisa, max 8 paisa for a month, so just 2 paisa a week. And if this comes down further, the cost goes down dramatically, as if he's trading the USDINR on spot for 1 month basis. So ये एक major factor which we have been highlighting since early part of last week, and that's why we have been going long consistently on USDINR, and that has worked out well. Now we know 83 has been a formidable zone of risk. 83 के आसपास मतलब 82, 90, 95 के आसपास on the spot. Now देखना है आज whether it is able to challenge that once more or not, because we expect an RBI intervention to be there, and quite aggressively, because of this divergence. So RBI intervention can be quite aggressive आज, that we are suspecting. So 80 अगर कोई short करना चाहता है, then what one can do is use options instead of futures, for the simple reason that even if there is a false break above 83, क्योंकि false break का भी chance है, because the market is divergent, तो हो सकता है एक बार interim push में वो 83 के ऊपर जाए, फिर RBI intervene करके नीचे लेके आ जाए. So if you're doing it through futures, of course 83 on spot के ऊपर stop loss होना चाहिए. But if you don't want to get stopped out in a false move, so then what you can do is do a put spread. ऐसे भी option का premium तो low है, so buying a put is not going to be, you should not see a immediately dramatic bleed. So for example, what you can do is buy a May 29th put, which is a May month end, or if you want to have a larger time expiry, then you can buy the June end put as well. So a put spread बना के, in case it breaks out above 83 and it is sustaining, then you can exit. Or some people may like to hold it with the stop loss above the all-time high, जो 83.24 का है on spot basis. तो अगर ऑल टाइम हाई के ऊपर ये जाके सस्टेन हो गया, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ क्लियर केस ब्रेकआउट, बिकॉज 8 महीना से ये रेंज बाउंड है. सो वेन एवर वैलिड ब्रेक हैपन्स, इट शुड नॉट बी ignored, because it's a very powerful signal which the market is giving. So that's something to keep an eye on. Cross currencies mein volatility will be there. So euro and GBP, we may see an uptrend, euro and GBP and INR mein. So so one can look to buy on dips in these two pairs for the intraday. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Banerjee signing off. Have a fantastic day ahead.